Today we'll be taking a look at how one AEW star was suggested to be on Bayley's Ding Dong Hello show, update on the IIconics, and how WWE ruined a superstar's wedding. Let's start things off with this AEW star on Bayley's Ding Dong Hello show. Like we discussed earlier in the week, Bayley's Ding Dong Hello show was a massive success for WWE. WWE took a risk on the segment to see how it'll turn out, but it paid off. It was a big hit for the fans. It looks like WWE is already confirming that there will be new segments of the show, and they're looking for the next guest. The official WWE Twitter account tweeted, "Blank should be the next guest on Ding Dong Hello with Bayley." Everyone was throwing in their suggestions on who the next guest should be. The WWE tweet even got a response from AEW's Britt Baker. Britt suggests that AEW's Cody Rhodes should be a guest on the show. Bayley actually responded to that suggestion with a picture of herself smiling. Obviously, Cody Rhodes may not be a guest on the show anytime soon, but it was still nice to see Bayley acknowledge the suggestion. Bayley also had some big name suggestions for her next guest on the show as well. Bayley tagged Kalisto, Ellen DeGeneres, Lamorne Morris, and she even tagged her dog to be on the next show as well. But it does look like the show was a massive success, and WWE basically confirmed that this show will be returning in the future with more guests. Last summer saw the emotional and sudden end to the tag team of the IIconics. No one was ready for this breakup at all, including Peyton and Billie themselves, because it just happened out of nowhere, with no heads up given to them. It appeared like WWE was going to break them up in early 2020, because they did have a few rough losses, and there was even a moment of Billie Kay slapping Peyton Royce. We were anticipating the breakup at that point, but Peyton Royce and Billie Kay made up, and it seemed like all was forgiven, so they moved on from that situation. Fast forward several months later, and WWE drops a big stipulation for a match on Raw that claimed the losing tag team between the IIconics and the Riot Squad was going to be forced to break up. The feeling among the community at the time was that the Riot Squad would be the one splitting up, and that's the direction they were going to take Liv and Ruby in. But that wasn't the case at all. The IIconics lost, they were forced to split up, and WWE had no idea or any plans for what to do with them after that. They ended up facing each other one-on-one, and then Billie Kay was managing Peyton Royce the next week, saying that the rule never said that they couldn't manage each other. So everyone was confused. Was WWE trying to backstep on their direction to split them up? The WWE draft came along and officially split them up for good, sending Peyton Royce to Raw and Billie to Smackdown. Billie Kay has been on fire on Smackdown lately from a character point of view. Yeah, she lost her last few tag team matches on Smackdown, but the character is quickly becoming so rich and entertaining that it overshadows her losing streak. At first, Billie Kay was going around SmackDown with her headshot picture that had all of her accomplishments and information about herself. She was trying to find a role and place to fit in. She tried joining Adam Pearce, tried commentary out, and that's when she found herself in some conflict with the Riot Squad. Billie Kay tried bringing out some new tag team partners to help her, but she lost all those matches. Billie Kay officially gave up, and she did exactly what the saying says of, "If you can't beat them, join them." Billie Kay forcefully included herself into the Riot Squad and now refers to herself as the newest, unofficial, official member of the Riot Squad. Billie Kay was even ringside for Liv Morgan's match on SmackDown and accidentally cost Liv Morgan the match to make matters even worse. But the Billie Kay character is so entertaining right now, especially with this whole new idea of trying to fit in with the Riot Squad and dressing all punk because she thinks that's what they like. It's very entertaining little side story on SmackDown, and we'll have to see where it goes. Will the Riot Squad eventually let Billie Kay in? Will she earn her way into the group, or will she be kicked out in the coming weeks? We'll have to wait and see. The other half of the IIconics, Peyton Royce, is the one that seems to have no real direction at this current moment in WWE. Everyone assumed that the breakup of the IIconics was to help establish Peyton Royce as a single star, but they threw her right back into a tag team with Lacey Evans. So that was a bit confusing. Peyton Royce does have some big pins on Raw, and even pinned Bayley during their Survivor Series match. So that was also a big moment for Peyton, but nothing much has come out of those big wins. Her tag team partner Lacey Evans is involved in a big storyline on Raw, but Peyton doesn't seem to have much going for herself when it comes to storylines. Peyton recently spoke up and gave her thoughts about Peyton Royce. Bayley compared Peyton Royce to Sasha Banks and said that she's like Sasha's twin in the ring. The fans just haven't taken notice of it yet. So that's some high words of praise there from Bayley, comparing Peyton Royce to Sasha Banks. Bayley is saying that Peyton Royce is just as talented in the ring as Sasha. She hasn't had a real opportunity for everyone to take notice of it, and that's true. Peyton Royce is extremely talented and has massive breakout star potential. She's just not given much opportunities by WWE to showcase that talent right now. So that's why we're in sort of a limbo state with her status on Raw. Billie Kay is extremely successful on Smackdown and is a part of a very entertaining storyline over there. Hopefully Peyton Royce can get involved in a storyline on Raw as well, maybe even compete for the Raw Women's title, who hasn't had a challenger step up in over 2 months. But what are your thoughts on this update for the IIconics? Do you like their direction right now? You may remember the big storyline from 2 years ago for the WWE 24/7 title. The 24/7 title storyline nowadays mostly revolves around R-Truth, but the 24/7 title storyline back then bounced back and forth between R-Truth and Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick's wife, Renee Michelle, even played a role in the storyline as well. WWE even filmed a segment for the 24/7 title at their wedding. WWE superstars were already present for the wedding, so WWE thought it would be a great idea to do a quick segment of R-Truth pinning Maverick at his wedding. According to Renee Michelle herself, some of her family members, especially her 85-year-old grandmother, didn't enjoy the segment and felt like it ruined the wedding. Renee had this to say when speaking with Hannibal TV. "I did not know about the filming until 2 days prior to the wedding. I did not know about these details before an hour and a half to 2 hours of me walking down the aisle, but the amount of detail I didn't know. I thought it was going to be one of those filming, like Sarah Logan and her man. No, that did not happen. That completely went out the window. My grandma, she was so mad. If looks can kill, and she's an 85-year-old Christian school teacher, she was not happy at all. Yeah, my wedding was ruined." The segment for the WWE viewers was actually pretty great. It was a unique scene and something new for the 24/7 title, so that moment was loved by the fans. But as far as Renee's grandmother, she was extremely furious with WWE filming that moment for Raw. As far as Drake Maverick goes, he was released during pandemic budget cuts, but eventually signed back to NXT. We'll see if he's able to come back to Raw to finish what he started with R-Truth sometime in the future. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.